First, before we get started, I'm Zenny Colorado. I work in the Instructional Design Technology Department. I teach the Advanced Instructional Technology class. Has anyone taken that class in here? And has anyone taken 325? That's the first one. Okay, so we have 4 of you. And just out of curiosity, because we're trying to figure out, a lot of students aren't getting the Promethean board or the smart board type of technology information. Were you guys waived out of a technology class? No?
325 is the only one we have to take.
Right, you only have to take one, but some of you who didn't take 325 and 371?
Wait,
I was never told that.
We never had instructional technology for.
There's an HPER, I know there's an HPER technology class.
Yeah, we do that.
Okay, you took that. All right. Okay, well, just so you know, the Promethean boards are actually sort of new on campus. We did have, a while back, we had smart boards. And we actually got rid of ours because they weren't operating or performing to a better standard that we expected of it. So we know that a lot of you are interested in using smart boards and just want to know what your experiences are. Anybody have experience with interactive boards? Yes, what did you?
I'm in phase 1 right now, and I'm interning. And our teacher last week was state assessments, and we can't go in there. So our teacher's like, you can go in my room and play on the smart board all you want. Most amazing thing, like every time I had another intern in there with me, and we were just going back and forth with each other, trying to figure out things we could use it for in class.
Okay.
Found so much we could do with it.
Okay.
It's one of the most amazing things ever.
Where was this?
At the middle school here.
Middle school. And it was a smart board?
Yes.
Smart board.
Smart.
Okay. And did you? Somebody else raise their hand? Anybody else? Yeah.
I used it a little bit at the Emporia Christian School, and the only thing I noticed was, I think with PowerPoints, if you upload a PowerPoint, you have to upload it as like an image or something, because I tried writing on it, and it would just go to the next slide.
Kind of, sort of. We'll talk a little bit about that. But you use PowerPoint through the board, and you could interact with it.
Right.
Okay. Okay. And, I'm sorry, you have experience also? And how did you use it?
I thought we were talking about our experience actually in the school, and it was only with math, and we didn't really get to write on it because kids would abuse it, and because it was new.
Right.
And they would draw little hearts, and he'd take it away. And then
Okay. Well, hopefully you're going to get some hands-on, and we're going to work with this. But one of the first things I wanted to just go over is that this is an interactive whiteboard. Okay. A lot of times people say, I want to learn how to use a smart board. A smart board is a type of interactive whiteboard. So a lot of times it's just like Band-Aid versus a bandage. You say, I need a Band-Aid, when it's just, it could be any bandage would be okay. A smart board is an interactive whiteboard. There are several brands. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about that first. And you'll notice I'm interacting with it this way. So a couple of different kinds. You've heard of the smart board. And that's probably, these two, the Promethean active board and the smart board are probably the most popular. And the difference you'll notice is there's a little tray here with markers. And that's how most people are familiar with it. They'll pick up the marker and start writing with it. And so we actually, you know, they're all different. They all do very similar things. This is a Mimeo board. You have a little contraption that you hook to a regular whiteboard, and it hooks into a computer, and it projects what's on the computer. This is an InterWrite board. And one of the things we teach our students in the instructional technology class is that when you go to your school, when you become employed, and you're a teacher, you don't know what resources you're going to have. You might get an active board, you might get a smart board, you might not get any board at all. So we try to give you the generic term, an interactive whiteboard. Okay? So these are the different kinds. Today we're going to work with Promethean is the company, and we have a couple of different products. This is the board, Active Inspire is the software, and this is the Slate and the Active Hub. But we'll be going over the different kinds. And let's see, I'm skipping around here a bit. I have to make myself actually use this. It takes some getting used to. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what you need. Now you may get into a classroom and again you won't have a board and you're going to want to tell your principal, I would like to have one. Here are the things that we need and how much it's going to cost. We're going to go over how to use the active board and slate, some basic uses, flip charts and templates, and then other tools. We're going to have a chance to do some hands-on work where you'll get to build your own slideshow, if you will. And then hopefully if we have time, we're going to work with the learner response systems. But I know that you all requested that you wanted to use the board. So I'll go through a brief demonstration and then we're going to actually do some hands-on things. So you notice this is what we call a wand. I use the wand because I am vertically challenged. So I need the long stretch. But you can also use just the little stylus pen here. This is not so new anymore. This is what, Jane, 3 years old? Maybe 2. The newest one is in Visitor Hall 111, and you can use your finger. Before the smartboards, you can use your finger. One of the problems we had, you'll notice that wherever I click, the mouse follows. We had problems with the smartboard because when we touched it, it wouldn't calibrate correctly. And so that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to show you what you need to do to calibrate. What does the word calibrate mean, by the way? Align. So that's one of the most important things you have to do. If I were to calibrate this incorrectly, I'm going to show you how to do it incorrectly. And you have to click on the cross. I'm just going to click here. I'm lazy, so I'm not going to calibrate it correctly. Okay, so now when I try to move, the mouse is not exactly where the wand is. And it's really moving in a weird way. So that's one of the first things you have to do. And another reason why, and I have to do it over here because I calibrated it wrong. Another reason.
Calibrate then down there it'll be down there in the bar?
Yeah.
At the bottom, just like every car?
Yes, when it's installed. And that's how it is with this software. It may be a little bit different. Another reason to calibrate every single time before class to use it is because all of these different things are separate. You have a computer that's hooked into, you have the board, you have a projector. If you have a projector that's on a cart and somebody bumps the cart, then your display gets all messed up. So before every use, you should calibrate. Okay? So that's one of the first things. This is our toolbar here, and these are where all the different controls are, and this is how I move from one slide to the next.
You're not pushing, there's a clicker on the
Yes,
thing.
there's a clicker on here. And there's a clicker on the pen.
Okay.
So the different hardware and software. You have software installed on the computer. This is hardware, and you have to have a projector. That's the basic needs of the active board itself. Now, if you have a slate, that's what this is. The slate allows me to move away. To move away from the board. Maybe I'm an interactive teacher. I like to move around the classroom. I can then, ooh, it turned off on me. I can now, well.
Did you bring the one from the math lab?
Yes, I did. And I registered it. They had turned off. Where are you? Pardon me. All right, it's decided not to work for me, even though I just tested it a minute ago. It should, and I'll get this working at the break, allow you to move away from the computer, from the board. So basics, your computer, your active board, a wand or stylus, and then your software, Active Inspire. So that's how you use all the different activities, that's how you get slides. So at a basic level, if you're just taking notes, you need Active Inspire, okay? So that's the hardware and software. If you have a slate or some of the learner response systems, which are in that bag with clickers, you actually have to have a hub, and that's how it interacts wirelessly. So those are the different components you need. Some basic uses. We talked about most what most instructors do when they first get this, they hardly interact with this at all. They just use it to interact with the computer. So if I wanted to, I can click this. This is just to use your desktop. And now I am interacting with my computer. And I can open any application and interact with it. So if anything, you're just pointing and clicking, and instead of being in front of the computer. Okay, so students get to see you that way. All right, so that's desktop annotating. You could also bring up, let's say, a map if you wanted to, and use the pen, choose a color, do a bright blue, and start circling, or just drawing, whatever. Okay, so that's all just annotating, interacting with stuff that's already on the computer. I'm going to turn that off and go back to my basic uses here. So let's say that you're a math teacher, or you'd like to take notes on the screen. You can do it with this. Let's go with the black. I know, not very creative. And you could take slides and slides and slides of notes, lecturing if that's your style, and just save it and give it to the students.
What do you save it as?
You save it as a flip chart as the file, or you can save it as a PDF.
And is the flip chart, is that part of the software package that
Yes.
comes with the smartboard?
It's
or
Active
is that-
Inspire. Active Inspire is a software. They call these slides flip charts.
Is Active Inspire open right now? Is that what we're looking at?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So you can take notes, very basic, and I've seen lots of other instructors taking notes and stuff like that. If you like math equations, yeah, I'm not a math person, so I'm not going to give you a big
But I mean, this would be,
graph or whatever.
like if you had students that were absent, you could just email them?
Yes.
Or print out, or you know, any kind of copy of?
Exactly.
what's going on.
So let me just show you what you would do to do that. File. You have save, save as, you have publish. Publish would actually publish as a website, I believe. Let's try this one. And actually, excuse me, export is what we wanted. Print. Well, you could print it. If you have Acrobat or free PDF creators, you can save it or print it as a PDF.
Through the Active Inspire or whatever?
You actually, that would be an extra plugin.
How do we do that? Can you show us how to do that? 'Cause I mean,
Do PDFs?
or how to save this as a PDF? Because I was just thinking, I mean, even if we save this as a flip chart, doesn't that mean that the student has to have the software
Yes,
on their computer?
you're correct. I was under the impression that you could export, but for whatever reason, this machine doesn't have it. Are you aware of the free PDF creators online? Let me just show you. Dr. Erbley, do you know if we have Acrobat on this machine?
Yes, we do.
Okay. See, I'm gonna just show you, if you want to be able to create PDFs on your own, convert, you can download any of these free PDF creators. Once you download and install it, you'll be able to do what I'm hoping to be able to do here. When I print, if you have a PDF creator on here, that's what this is. You just select the PDF creator as the printer, and then you print it. That's going to be a big one. I got a lot of slides on that. Okay. My desktop.
So we printed it or we saved it as a PDF?
Both.
It's printed
The
off
way
and
PDF
now
Creator
saved as a
works
PDF?
is it prints to a PDF. So here it is.
Prints to a data file.
Like this didn't just shoot out paper out of the,
No.
No.
We print
It prints, if you want to now, you can actually print it.
okay.
It's just the way it works.
Okay.
So you print to a PDF. Okay? And you can just email this, put it on Blackboard or some other learning management system, and it's there. Where are those notes? See, there they are. Okay? This is a PDF. If I were to minimize everything, save it to the desktop, it's right here. Okay? Does that answer your question? Just in case nobody knew how to do that. Alrighty. So notes, interacting with any software or internet web page, those are the basic uses. The different tools here. You can actually integrate movies, insert media, pictures. So in a real sense, it's just like PowerPoint. It's replacing your PowerPoint. If you wanted to bring a PowerPoint in, you would just export it in as, export PowerPoint in its images and insert them into the flip chart. Okay? It's another multimedia presentation tool.
So how do you embed a video like that, like the Did You Know video?
One sec. You would do, let's see, so you can embed media, pictures, you can create shapes, connectors, do actions, and have other tools. And to do that, let me just show you. I'll do it in the same screen here. Shapes first, then I'll do media. Very basic kinds of things. You can recolor them. Basic things. If you are a math teacher, I'm getting ahead of myself here, but I'm working with the shape. So there are tools embedded within ActiveInspire. So I create a shape, and now I want my students to measure it. So I'm going to move this over here, and talking to my class, how long is that? And you just move it up there. What about the line? How long is the line? I'm going to have to tilt it a little bit.
And do you have to push like a special button to make it tilt? Or?
All you're doing is, your mouse click is right here, and it's just like a mouse. When you hover, there are different types of mouse pointers that you get. The crosshair with the 4 arrows lets you move it. If you move a little off to the side, you get a little curve, and it lets you move it.
The crosshairs one is more like towards the middle of the image?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay? So that's what you get to do.
Can you put text like inside a box like that? The square?
Yes, you would do it by just clicking this text tool here, and you're going to overlap, and that's actually very big, so we'll change it. Don't like the color either. Excuse me. And you do it that way, and I know that's not probably the easiest way, but it gives you the most control of where it is. And then you can always connect them. So if you're familiar with your graphics tools, I have to use my keyboard here.
Oh, control.
Clicking both the shift.
Yeah. Control. You can group them. Group. Let's duplicate. I forgot what group is. One of these should be grouped. I just can't remember which one it is. This is before. There you go. You can do it. I don't remember exactly where it is, but you can do that. Other tools you can use while I'm on the math. The math stuff's pretty fun. Compass. You want to change the degree. Sorry. There's the degrees right there. And there you go. Move it around. Yep. Again, just wherever you hover, you can do those types of things. So I don't know if you guys remember in school when you had the one with the chalk and actually had to, and they'd have to move it all the way around. You don't have to do that anymore. So those are some pretty cool things, tools that you can use. Let's see. And these are all within here. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of these. And inserting images. Very simple way to do this is basically by copying and pasting. You find something on the web and you have to right click, copy, and you go over here. Paste. So now you have an image. And if you wanted to, again, save this for your students, then you can write it up. And just, I don't know what I'm dividing here, but yeah. So you could do that. You can have students come up to the board and circle, identify things. Okay, that's one of the reasons why it's interactive. It's not just about you. Have the students come up and do these kinds of things. Any image that's on the web, you can insert in here. Any image that you have stored on your computer, you could insert here. So images are fairly easy. So to delete this, I'm just going to hit my delete key.
Oh.
Yep.
How
And
do you
that's
just delete the line? Like if you had the students, and you're like, circle the slave south, and they did that, and then you had somebody else say, like, you know, where's the proclamation line?
a couple of different things you could do. You could use your eraser.
And but that would just erase the line and not the image?
Yes.
Okay.
You want me to put the image back in and show
Oh,
you?
I was,
Okay. You could do that, or you could just hit this reset button,
okay.
and it brings it all back to the original.
But that would leave the image there behind it,
If I had inserted the image and saved it,
Okay.
Okay.
So like if you had already created this and then you got to this slide and you're like, all right, right on here, and you push reset, then that's just part
Yes.
of, okay.
okay? That's an image. Video, you actually have to have it stored somewhere on your computer, and I'm not sure if this computer actually has any. But you would go up to Insert, Media. Videos, anything? Yes, let's see if, there you go. Very simple. The trick is you have to have it downloaded to your computer. So that's a Windows Media file. QuickTime files work.
So I could do a YouTube video, like,
If you download the YouTube
yeah,
video.
onto
Yes.
my computer, then I could put it on video.
I'm pretty sure AVI files. I know there's a YouTube downloader that will convert it to AVI. So, there you go.
MP4 video phone, like cell phone videos?
MP4 is tricky. Some software haven't upgraded so that they're compatible yet. So you could try it when we get to some hands-on stuff if you have that. Otherwise, there's just free conversion software out there. Okay, so that's the video. Other tools, I already kind of showed you a bunch of the others. Alrighty, so we'll skip over that. The next thing I'm going to show you, Promethean, there's a website called PrometheanPlanet.com. They have all kinds of templates up there, templates that Promethean created, templates that other teachers have created. This is one of those things I just actually, it's already built into ActiveInspire, but it's also on Promethean Planet. This is an interactive periodic table. So if I click on this, these change. You can change properties. You can click on them.
Do you know, like, okay, that's great for science, but I'm a social science teacher. Do they have like an interactive map of the United States or the world?
They probably do.
Okay.
I have it here.
Yeah.
But Promethean Planet has all kinds of stuff, and we can look at that when we get to the hands-on part. But just by the way this is behaving, these are things that are templates that other people have created. Think of the things that you can create if you wanted to. These are very complicated. If you were to look at what's behind here, this is a design icon. If you wanted to see what's going on here, actually I think this is locked. They lock this one. But each of these items, to make it interactive, you have to set that setting. So somebody created this picture and then started blocking off each of these squares and have actually added properties to it. So you can actually do this yourself if you wanted to. It takes time, but you could do that.
Do they have like a tutorial through the ActiveInspire that would show you how to do this stuff?
Not in ActiveInspire, but on the web. There are lots of tutorials.
Like on the Planet Promethean
Yes,
or whatever?
Promethean Planet.
Okay.
So this is just one thing, and again, you don't have to do all this yourself. You could go to Promethean Planet and find these things. So that's the periodic table. This is a map activity where you could, and then have students come up and choose what the other option is over here, so it's balanced. And then you can do that and have them balance it. So again, this could be something you create. Chess. And you have, obviously this is not a single person game, you have two students up here.
Does it let you make illegal moves?
Yes. And you know, there's some basic things like this one. You just keep,
That's cool.
yeah.
Replicating X's.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And again, that's one of those things, you see the plus sign when you do that. If I were to hit the design mode, now you're just messing with the design of it. And I'm not going to save that. But I could just completely move this around and mess up the whole thing. So that design mode is critical. Also, when you download all these things, I'm going to go back here. There are page notes that tell you how to do things. So if they're good, if they've created this and they truly want you to be able to use it to its full potential, the page notes will give you ideas on how to use. And then basic things, coloring. Okay. Close this. Oops, I colored that. Didn't mean to do that. I can reset it. All kinds of activities that are built in. Puzzles.
Nice.
What's different? Okay, and then interactive websites. It takes you out of ActiveInspire. And basically, we're going back to that mode where we're just interacting with the web. Science. Frog dissection. Ooh. Okay, I've actually muted all of this, so let's turn it back on. Can't see that.
What website is this?
This is frogguts.com. And this is just the demo. So what they want me to do here is drag and pin where you can hear the music in the background now. So again, you can have the students come up and do this.
So he can press on the abdomen. Press the scalpel button.
Ooh, scalpel. Squeamish, anyone? It's not real.
Deep green border along the dotted red line.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
Good cut.
Now, how is this better than having the real thing in your class? Smell. You don't have kids jabbing out of the thing and going crazy with it.
Well, part of it though.
Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of the fun. But you also save
You
money,
don't have to worry about a kid getting cut up by a scalpel.
right? Okay, so in this instance, the pen's probably better. You can actually come up here. Chris doesn't want to respond. There you go. Now I have to open. Neat, huh? Okay, so you can interact with it this way instead of just showing them and that kind of thing. That's just one site. So frogguts.com, it's actually, that's just the demo, it's the subscription type of thing you have to use. Let's see. Jeopardy. Illinois State Bird. What is the cardinal? I'm not actually sure what you need to do to do it.
Take a shot. Yeah, but I don't
I
remember.
don't know how to get the answer.
That's the answer to a question.
Right.
Those said capitals.
That's right.
There's a, how do we find the, what's the answer?
It's a good question. This is not working.
State
It's not working.
Alex Trebek.
But you can have websites, like there are websites out here that have these, that they're already prepared, or you could create your own within ActiveInspire. I had a student who created a Jeopardy game out of ActiveInspire. So that's using some of the more advanced features. Math people. Who's our math people in here? Anyone?
I could go there.
Okay. Yeah. Sampling distribution mean. This is a Java application located at the University of Virginia website. So you can actually click on these, 10 samples, I don't know.
Like at this point, it's a good big screen to show everyone in your classroom something that you're doing on the internet instead of having to try to like huddle around your monitor. I mean, we're manipulating the internet with this board so
True.
that everybody can see.
The thing is, yeah, and you're watching me do it. If you want it to be interactive, you get your students involved. You get them up here, and you do this.
That's what we're all about.
Right. Exactly. So these are all different websites. I think those are all the websites I was going to show you. Okay, so at this point, we're going to take a short break, and then I'm going to walk you through on how to do some of the basic stuff on the computers. So let's take 5, well actually, is there a PDK member who'd like to talk about that? Okay. Okay. Again, this session is sponsored by Phi Delta Kappa. Are any of you members of professional organizations yet? Educational organizations? I know Dustin. What's your name?
Ashley,
And Ashley. And what organizations are you a member of?
Kenny,
KNE. Okay, and you are?
Phi Delta Kappa.
Phi Delta Kappa. Okay, so Dr. Everly, she also works instructional design and technology. She teaches our, not basic, but our introduction instructional technology course. She's a member of Phi Delta Kappa. She's going to talk to you about becoming a member.
I want to tell you too, I've watched kindergartners use Promethean boards. They can go up for the calendars and stuff. They use them every day. And in the Clearwater schools, they go up and they use them for centers and just go up and whip this stuff out like nothing flat. You can learn from those students. Phi Delta Kappa, international organization. It used to be by invitation only as a scholarly group, but now it is open to all educators, and it is well known. It publishes the Kappan, which I think probably most of you are aware of, the Kappan magazine. It is considered to be a very good organization to be a part of. It helps you network with other people in your field. It helps you see that there are good things going on in education. There are local chapters. There's the international chapter. Our local chapter is Flint Hills, Phi Delta Kappa. And we do several things. We're coming along with our chalk walk will be in just a month or two, in which we go out and walk for a teacher that we knew in order to raise money for scholarships for the high school students. We have installation meetings twice a year now. We bring in speakers. We do
Sessions like this?
Yes, discussion sessions like this.
And
We
this
also
is
do
a
book talks twice a year, which are really informative. And you don't have to read the book if you want to go.
What's the requirements, like what do my GPA have to be, what?
It doesn't have to be. It's just you have to pay your dues. Yeah.
What kind of books do you guys talk about?
This time we're going to talk about Glut, which is a kind of a funny name for a book, but it's about interactive stuff going on in school. I haven't read it.
Information technology. I think it's information overload.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it'll be in the William L. White Library in the lobby on March 14th at 3:30. So if you can.
A week from today?
Week from today.
A week and an hour.
Yeah. Anyway, this is going to be led by Dr. Andrew Smith this time. We've had other ones in the past. Really informative and kind of gets you into that more intellectual mode that we don't often have. It's the kind of mode you think the professors have, but they don't really most of the time. So you can come and like I said, you don't have to have read the book. You can get it through the bookstore or you can get it through Amazon. But just go and listen about the book and then make your comments. It was really fun last time, I thought. We also are part of the National Teachers Hall of Fame banquet. We always have a table at that. We invite people to come. And what else do we do?
Well, one of the major benefits of being a member is you get access to our publications. And there are some, I actually brought some samples over here, and you're welcome to take those. Classroom Tips, the Kappan, the magazine, which publishes a lot of great articles about teaching and tips for the classroom. Steve, Kirsten, Dustin, you have anything else to add? Benefits? What?
I think we keep harping at our students to be professionals, and this is a professional organization with which to align yourself, and I think it looks good on resumes.
Last year we helped sponsor the Young Joe Talk. I was an international speaker, and it was very well received. A lot of big attendance, and that I think those kind of network, you don't realize it now, but when you get out into the teaching profession, sometimes you feel like you're sort of stuck in your little room, and you don't see what others are doing. And that networking is so important, and feeling like a professional, because the everyday stuff doesn't always make you feel that way. But if you get into some of these organizations, I think it will help a lot, and you'll enjoy them too. Nice people.
And a lot of your faculty members may be members, so you get to see them outside of the classroom and get to network them and with them, and maybe ask for some mentoring in that sense. Okay, anything else? All right, great.